Today we're talking nuchal cords. This is when the baby's cord is around the neck when they're born. They're basically wearing it as swimwear when you expected them to be born naked. It is a common occurrence, so let's go into all of that.
So up to 30% of babies join the world a surprise twist in their birth story, featuring their very own umbilical cord necklace. Interestingly, this seems to happen more often with baby boys. Maybe they're just born with a bit of a flair for fashion, or perhaps they come equipped with longer cords. Who knows?
So before we go into it all, let's build a bit of knowledge. So the umbilical cord is a remarkable structure. It's wrapped in Wharton's jelly and coiled like a telephone cord. This is nature's way of giving it flexibility and resilience and ensuring it can withstand the journey of being attached to a wriggly baby. Moreover, it's generously long, about 55 centimetres on average, providing ample room for a neck wrap without any fuss. Mother Nature has got a knack for designing all of this to work just so.
Hasn't she just? Now let's explore when and why these cords entanglements happen. Nuchal cords can occur during pregnancy or labour as the baby navigates the birth canal. The cord sometimes decides to join the festivities of a little bit of a twist. But don't worry, it isn't cause for alarm. Nature seems to have a plan for these situations, even if we're made to believe otherwise.
And let's talk about blame for a moment. The nuchal cord often takes centre stage in the blame game within many birth stories. Complications get pinned on it quite unfairly. However, research tells us that having a nuchal cord during pregnancy isn't typically a major issue. Sometimes, tragically, babies don't make it to labour, and we shouldn't hastily point fingers at the cord for these losses.
We are often, when these things happen, looking for a reason, and if the cord is round baby's neck, that can be pointed at that immediately, but actually there's no evidence to say that that is the reason. As we transition to the labour phase, it's vital to understand that a nuchal cord during labour usually doesn't pose short-term or long-term risk to baby. It's not the cord's fault if the baby's progress is a bit slow or if they appear a tad stressed. Other factors during labour often steal the spotlight.
As we approach the grand finale of birth, rest assured that the cord typically remains in a relaxed state, staying nice and loose and allowing blood to flow freely. Occasionally though, it might tighten during the final stages of labour, but fear not, this doesn't mean the baby is being strangled. At this point, the baby continues to receive oxygen through the cord, not through their own breathing, so actually something around their neck is not posing the risk that we think it is.
But what about cutting the cord? If it's tight and you cut it too soon, it's akin to unplugging a lifeline. Not a wise move. Any delay in the baby's birth, such as shoulder dystocia, only raises the stakes. In fact, legal cases have shown that cutting a nuchal cord too early can be problematic. Keeping the cord intact often proves to be a much better choice for everyone involved.
And let's discuss a common practice, the manipulation of a loose nuchal cord during birth. Many of our care providers will do this, but it can reduce blood flow, risk damaging the cord, or even create issues with the placenta. You do not want to be playing with what is delivering oxygen to your baby. Just let it do its thing.
Lastly, let's talk about the procedure of checking for a nuchal cord during birth. Is it genuinely necessary? Well, it can disrupt the natural flow of things and cause discomfort for the birther. But there you go. Nuchal cords, they're not the villains they're sometimes portrayed to be.
Yeah, as a society, we're quite obsessed with the idea of a baby being born with the cord around its neck. But I think it's because we lack that knowledge of what the cord actually does and how it's set up. And it's actually really well protected against knots and against wrapping itself around baby.
Yeah, so often we hear stories of baby was being born and they noticed the cord around the neck and they quickly did this and thank God they did that. Actually, we see so many actual videos of it happening and you just take it off, because until baby takes that first breath themselves, and even when they do, they are still getting oxygen through the umbilical cord, which is why it's so important that we keep that attached for as long as possible.
And actually, if you watch birth videos, which we advise that you do, you will often see midwives very calmly just untangling the cord as baby's being born. They're not in a panic about it because they know that all is well, and actually it happens so frequently, and they obviously attend lots of births, that it's nothing to worry about for them. But when we only birth one baby and it has the cord around its neck, we can often start kind of making up that it's caused an issue.
Well, yeah, because if I put something around your neck and pull tight, it's not going to be great. So very different for babies.
So if you've enjoyed this video, please do check out our other videos, subscribe to our channel, and come and check us out over on Instagram at The Birth Uprising. Bye.